Welcome back to another Charlotte Legacy League where we have Maverick versus Green White Lands. Game 1, Lincoln's going to be on the play, keeping 7, and Rob has kept 6. We'll see Lincoln lead off with Horizon Canopy and an Elvish Reclaimer. Pass that over to Rob and see what he leads off with. Looks like it's probably going to be a Savannah or a Windswept Heath. It's going to be a Savannah into a Noble Hierarch, and we're going to see a pass back over to Lincoln. Lincoln draws Life from the Loam and plays an Urza's Saga. And 2 mana, taking a damage from the Horizon Canopy. We'll see a Sphere of Resistance come out. Those are really good against Maverick decks. Sometimes Maverick can pull ahead in mana, just because they have the dorks to play around with. But we'll see what Rob leaves off with next. It's probably going to be, it's going to be Windswept Heath. And he chose not to play the Knight of the Reliquary there. He couldn't because of the Maze of, not the Maze, but the Sphere of Resistance. Alright. Lincoln takes his draw, has his Saga tick up to 2, and then we'll see Rob fetch Bayou at the end of turn, and play an Orcish Bowmaster still at the end of turn as well. 1 damage to Lincoln, and a 1/1 Orc token to follow as well. Rob's got a few plays from here, and we'll see what he has to offer. I imagine we'll probably see an Urza's Saga come out, but we'll see what he has there. So he drew a Swords of Plowshare. It wouldn't be a bad time to get rid of that elf that's on the board, but we'll see if he does something a little bit different here. 4 mana, we'll see a Knight of the Reliquary. That's a good girl, and Rob could attack here and get the trigger from Exalted, and Lincoln would have to block with either the elf or the construct. I don't think he's willing to do either one of those at the moment. We'll see him make another construct, and then with the trigger on the stack from the Urza's Saga, and then we'll see him fetch from there. More than likely, I'm going to go get a Pithing Needle, and we're going to name Knight of the Reliquary on it, which is kind of tough for Rob because Knight does help churn through his deck and move lands around as he needs them. But we'll see a pass probably from Lincoln here. I don't think he's going to... he's going to attack with a 4/4. Rob only has a 3/3 and 2 1/1s out, so I don't think we'll see him block on that side of it. And then we've got one more land from Lincoln, which is going to be a Seju and a pass back over to Rob. Rob draws another Windswept Heath. His Saga will take up to 2. He's going to take a Ponder and see what he wants to do here. And it's like he's probably going to attack with the Knight, which is a 3/3, 4/4 with the Exalted. He could fetch and make it 5 damage as well. And he does, and Lincoln goes down to 10. We'll see Lincoln draw a Mox Diamond. Let's see what he wants to play here next. So, looks like it's going to be a Life from the Loam getting the Urza's Saga back. Saga comes in, triggers, and then Lincoln has 8 power on board. He's going to choose not to attack with it. He's having to play defense. Rob makes a construct at the end of Lincoln's turn. See a draw from Rob and see if he wants to make another construct. Yes, he does. And we'll see him fetch with that and get a Shadow Spear. You can equip that Shadow Spear to the... We'll play first. I'm getting ahead of myself. You can play Verdant Catacombs, go get a Plains or Savannah, and equip, and then he can attack for 8 damage with the Exalted Trigger and the Shadow Spear on it. Lincoln's going to choose to double block that, and they'll both lose their creatures. Maze of Ith comes 1 turn too late for Lincoln after he gave up his creatures. Rob's going to draw, and we'll see him play a Renin Realmbreaker and immediately take down. Look at the top 3 cards of his, or middle top 3, which is a Knight of the Reliquary and double Termagoyf. He's going to take the Knight back, and we'll see him attack for a total of 6 damage here. Lincoln thinks about how he wants to handle this. He's got the Maze to handle 1. He's got the Knight of the Reliquary that he can work out to put 3 lands in his graveyard and block the still attacking one. We'll see how he wants to choose to do that. He has multiple lines here. He could just sacrifice the Horizon Canopy, draw a card, and then tap 2 more mana to crop rotate away with his Reclaimer. But he's going to choose to actually use crop rotation first. Then he's going to block, and then he will use the Knight of the Reliquary, or the Elvish Reclaimer. It's too many too many rotation effects here in this matchup, getting all tongue twisted. But he's going to choose to get rid of the Saga and put another land into play, which puts 3 lands in his graveyard, and will allow him to block, and he'll choose to draw off that Horizon Canopy at the end of Rob's turn. We'll see him play another Loam here, getting back a Saga, a Maze of Ith, and a Horizon Canopy. See how he wants to play all those out here. So he does have 2 Mox Diamonds in his hand, so he'll probably play out the Saga. So Diamond first, pitching Yavimaya that he already has in play. Diamond again, pitching the Horizon Canopy, and he'll play another Saga. And then he'll choose to rotate and get another Savannah. Alright, Rob's upkeep, he's going to choose to let the Bowmaster and the Construct go because of the Tabernacle that Lincoln rotated for at the end of his turn. Rob's thinking about what he wants to do here, so he's going to tick down again on the Ren and Realmbreaker, find an Endurance, a Dryad Arbor, and a Savannah. We'll see him play the Endurance, wiping out Lincoln's graveyard. Lincoln's going to go to an untap, pay for the Elf, play a Maze of Ith, and let's see what he wants to do here. If anyone's wondering, that's the cat in the background, just letting us know that he's truly disappointed in his food bowl being completely full, but he ate a circle around it, and now he thinks he's out of food. See, a draw from Rob on a Wasteland. Forgot to pay his Tabernacle triggers, but they caught it. He'll play out his Wasteland and see if he wants to play that Knight of the Reliquary. It's going to choose to plow the Elf here. See if Lincoln wants to do anything about that. He's going to rotate away the Savannah. Go get a Wasteland. With Crucible of Worlds out, that'll allow him to Wasteland twice next turn. We'll see an attack from the Endurance and a Maze of Ith to untap it. Lincoln's turn draws another fetch land. See him pay 2-3 mana to make a Construct, and then he'll fetch. And he went and got a Shadow Spear for his Construct as well. He's going to play the Saga for turn, and then we'll probably see him utilize that Wasteland here in a moment. So pass back over to Rob. Rob untaps, draws. Actually pays Tabernacle triggers, and then after the triggers, he will get Wastelanded off of his Bayou before he draws. Drew another Wasteland, which doesn't really help against the Crucibles. He chooses to Prismatic Ending the Shadow Spear. See Lincoln make a copy of his Urza Saga with a Thespian Stage. When we go to Lincoln's turn, we'll see both of those tick up each. And I think Thespian Stage has 0 counters on it at the moment, or I should say Urza Saga has 0 Saga counters on it at the moment, but after he draws, that new Saga will have a counter on it to produce colorless mana as well. He's going to play his Wasteland from the graveyard, and go ahead and Wasteland him off of white mana there. And he should be able to attack. He has plenty of mana, or plenty of artifacts in play to beat that Endurance. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to round 2. Both players capped 6. Rob will be on the play, leading off with the Verdant Catacombs. And let's see what else he has. Fetching a Wasteland for Lincoln to Mox Diamond into another Wasteland. See Rob fetch a Savannah here and swords the Reclaimer, and Lincoln will Wasteland him out. He has a Prismatic Ending in his hand. Surprised he didn't just burn that off on that Mox Diamond. But I understand he doesn't want to lose a land. We'll see a Saga here, and then we'll see a beautiful FBB Sylvan Library. Pass back over to Lincoln here, and he's got a Thespian Stage. Pass back over to Rob. It's going to trigger his library. Look at the top 3, Green Suns, Windswept, and a bird. Just trying to decide what he wants to keep versus what he doesn't. And it looks like he's probably going to take 4 here. He'll go down to 18. Or sorry, go down to 14. Have a tick up. He'll go fetch a Bayou and play neither Reliquary for another Swords of Plowshare. So he'll pick up 6 life off of that, or 5 life off of that. Go back up to 19. All library players love to see that. It's basically a Swords of Plowshare. I get to draw another card. So it's like he's going to take 4 again here, go down to 15. Picked up Savannah, and he's going to make a construct with a trigger on the stack. Lincoln will also respond to that by making the 2020, so he can't get his Thespian Stage Pithing Needle. We'll see what Rob has lined up for that. He'll get a... oh, I'm glad. It's a good thing he probably held that Pithing Needle back then. Or not that Pithing Needle, but that Prismatic Ending. Played like a champ there. So he does have a Haywire Might that he could take out his diamond with. We got another 3 looks here. He's going to take the Bayou off the top. Bayou, attack for 1. And then we'll see a Green Suns for 2. Getting a Tarmogoyf. And we'll see a Loam back for that Wasteland. Mox Diamond pitching Wasteland. And back over to Rob. Another 3, he's just going to take 4 again casually, and kept another land, has Rin and Realmbreaker in his hand, which he could play Rin and Realmbreaker, make one of his lands a creature, attack for quite a bit, and then use that mana to cast his bird here. It's like he doesn't, he missed that line or chose not to do that line, and he's going to play his bird and pass the turn after rolling up on Rin and Realmbreaker. We'll see a Loam Dredge, missing everything except for Ghost Quarter Wasteland. So, patient from Lincoln on the Wasteland. We'll see Rob take the Wasteland and Wasteland the Maze, and then we'll see another attack here. Haywire Might. See, he wants to make a land a creature. He does not. Could have made that Goyf 1 point bigger. Pass back over. I'm going to dredge again. Just unlucky for Lincoln. And we'll see him pick 3 up out of the graveyard. Probably see him play another Wasteland or the Saga. Saga would just get hit immediately by the Haywire Might, so maybe not that. Wasteland, I think Rob's a little too far ahead on board to try and get anything like that, unless he's looking for a Wasteland and then a Tabernacle. But even then, I don't think that's enough. Maze of Ith. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Game 3, both players have kept 6 cards. Lincoln will be on the play this time. He's going to have a pretty good start from what it looks like here. He's going to have an Exploration into a Saga, into a Mox Diamond, into a Maze of Ith. The only thing that'd make that better is if he had a Loam in his hand, and definitely make that go. So he drew a Tabernacle, and is going to play that and pass for turn. Rob will have to pay for that Birds of Paradise he got off of his Windswept Heath Savannah. Back over to Rob. Rob plays a black bordered Sylvan Library and a Saga, which will have produce 1 mana here. So end of his turn, Lincoln also made a construct. We're going to see Lincoln pay the mana for the construct with a Saga. He's going to go get an expedition map, and see if he's going to utilize it now. Yes, he will. Get a Wasteland, take Rob off the Saga. Nope, it's going to take him off of the Savannah. We're in pretty good shape here for Rob, I think. He's got a Green Sun Zenith as well. So, no green mana to play the Termagoyf, unfortunately. Alright, yeah. Okay, no green mana on Savannah. I think he thought that might have been a Savannah instead of a Scrubland. Utilizing his bird would have been better there, but it is what it is. So now we're in turns, and we're in turn number 1 for Lincoln. Lincoln attacked for 2. Over to turn 2. We'll see that Bayou come out. 3 from the Saga first. I guess it doesn't really matter what he hits there. It's all lands and 1 artifact. But it will make his Termagoyf bigger. But he can also do that with his own as well. So there's a Goyf turn 3 for Lincoln. He's going to let his construct go. Draws. See a Loam here, more than likely. Alright, turn 4. Over to Rob, see if he can close this game out. Endurance, Leyline of the Void, and a Green Sun Zenith. So he's going to take the Endurance here. So at a 4/5. So Wasteland, we can hit that Saga with. Let's see if it's Endurance. It is an Endurance. That's pretty tough. Hit Rob's Graveyard with that. Lowering it down to a 3/4, and they'll just bonk back and forth there. He could Wasteland, so he could wipe out Lincoln's Graveyard, and then Wasteland the Saga, and that would actually kill the Endurance. On to turn 5 for Lincoln. See if he has anything. Lincoln having just a quick ponder here, decide what he wants to do. I think he's going to probably just float a mana here after he draws. That is going to tick up to 3. We'll see him go get a Shadow Spear potentially. Pithing Needle on Wasteland, I guess. Oh, okay. Not really that big of a deal, I guess, on turn 5. We'll see. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see the Loam, and we'll see an Endurance come out from Rob's hand, and I believe that is a game. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.